Did you know that there's a way to remove collections from credit reports without even paying them off? I've helped hundreds of people remove collections from their credit reports. Today, I'll show you the expert tip that actually works. If you're dealing with this now, you can book a time with our team at www.lmrcalendar.com. We can help you. Let's get started. All right, before you do anything else, you need to know exactly what you're up against when it comes to collections. A collection is more than just a past due bill. It's a warning sign to lenders that you may not pay what you owe. That's why even a small collection account can crush your credit score, sometimes by 100 points or more. Let's break this down. There are different types of collections: medical bills, utility bills, credit cards, and even old apartment fees. It doesn't matter how small it is. If it's gone unpaid and has been sent to collections, it's hurting your score. Here's something most people don't realize. A collection account can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years from the date it became delinquent. That's 7 years of higher interest rates, denied applications, and financial stress. Let me give you a real-life example, or maybe this sounds familiar. Let's say you moved apartments a few years ago. You thought you paid your final utility bill, but the company says you still owe $83. They send it to collections, but you never get the notice. Fast forward 2 years, you apply for a new car loan, and boom, denied. Why? That tiny unpaid bill is still sitting there, dragging down your score. That's why it's critical to know exactly what's on your credit report, because these little things add up and stick around longer than you think. But here's the good news: once you understand the damage, you can start fixing it. Later in this video, I will show you the one move most people skip, but that could get a collection removed even after it's been paid. So keep watching, because this next part is where the action begins. Now that you know what collections can do to your credit, let's talk about your first real move: what you should do to take back control. Step 1. Pull your credit reports. You can get a free copy of your credit report from all 3 major credit bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, once a week at annualcreditreport.com. And yes, it's completely free, no credit card needed. Just go there, download all 3 reports, and save them. Here's why this matters: each report can have different information. Just because a collection shows up on one doesn't mean it's on all of them. So you need to look at all 3. Step 2. Review your reports line by line. Now, I want you to look specifically at the collections section. Write down who the debt is from, the amount owed, the date it was reported, and mark whether it's paid or unpaid. You're looking for anything that doesn't look right. Maybe the amount is off, the date is incorrect, or the account isn't even yours. Step 3. Dispute any errors you find. If something doesn't look right, don't ignore it. Dispute it online or by mail with a credit bureau that's reporting the mistake. They have 30 days to investigate and respond. And if they can't prove it's accurate, that account could be deleted. Picture this: you're reviewing your report and see a $600 medical bill from a hospital you've never even been to. You dispute it, and guess what? A few weeks later, collection is gone. Your score jumps 40 points overnight. That's how powerful this step can be. Start a credit repair notebook or digital file to track everything you find. Keep dates, names, phone calls, and letters in one place. It'll save you time and stress later. I know it can feel overwhelming, but once you pull that first report and find even one error, you'll feel that shift. You'll feel like you're finally in the driver's seat. Step 4. Send a pay for delete letter. Now let's talk about a powerful strategy, especially if you haven't paid the collection yet. It's called a pay for delete letter, and if used correctly, it can erase a collection from your credit report entirely. Here's how it works. Instead of just paying the debt and hoping it disappears, you offer to pay the collection in exchange for a written agreement that they'll remove it from your credit report. You're basically saying, I'll settle this account, but only if you agree in writing to delete it from all 3 credit bureaus. Important. You have to get this agreement in writing before you send any money. Once you pay without an agreement, they have no incentive to delete it. It'll just be marked paid, and that still drags down your score. Here's what to include in your pay for delete letter: your full name and account number, the amount you're willing to pay, a clear request that the item be deleted upon payment, not just marked as paid. Ask for the agreement in writing, not just over the phone, and keep the tone polite, professional, and to the point. You're not threatening, you're offering a solution. Not all creditors will go for this. Some have strict policies and will say no. But smaller collection agencies or medical debt collectors are often open to it, especially if the debt is older and they want to close the file. Pro tip: keep a copy of everything: your letter, their response, and proof of payment. If the deletion doesn't show up within 30 to 45 days, you'll need that paper trail to follow up. And remember, if they won't agree to pay for delete, or if the account is already paid, another option might work. That's what I'll show you next with the goodwill letter strategy. Step 5. The expert tip: goodwill letters. Alright, now here's the part most people skip, and it could be the difference between a lingering collection and a clean credit report. A goodwill letter is a simple, respectful request you send to a creditor or collection agency, asking them to remove a negative account from your credit report, even if it's accurate. Now here's the key. This only works in certain situations, typically when the account has already been paid or settled and you've shown some effort or improvement in your credit habits. So why would a company say yes? Because they can. Creditors have the right, not the obligation, to report your data to credit bureaus. So if they're feeling generous or you give them a good enough reason, they might just delete the account. Here's what to include in a goodwill letter. Your full name and account number. A brief explanation of why the account went delinquent. A respectful tone, no blaming or demands. A request to remove the negative item as a gesture of goodwill. Now look, not every company will say yes, but even if one does, it can make a huge difference. This strategy has worked for my clients and viewers just like you, and it could work for you too. Let's do a quick recap. First, you learned how collections can hurt your score and why dealing with them the right way is so important. Then we talked about pulling your credit reports from all three bureaus at annualcreditreport.com and going line by line to find any errors or outdated info. From there, I showed you how to dispute inaccuracies that might drag down your score unfairly. Then we dove into the pay for delete strategy, offering to settle a debt in exchange for a written agreement that the collection will be completely removed from your report. And finally, we talked about the goodwill letter, a respectful request that could get a paid collection removed based on your honesty, your history, or just plain humanity. Now here's the truth, you don't have to fight this alone. I know how overwhelming credit issues and running a credit repair business can feel. But the good news is you've already taken the first step just by being here. You have the power to change this. I've helped countless people rebuild their credit and helped credit pros like you solve their biggest business headaches and scale faster. And if you want a shortcut, let me introduce you to the software that's changing the game, Credit Money Machine. This tool doesn't just pull credit reports from multiple providers, it also automatically detects every discrepancy in your report, generates all the collection validation letters and dispute letters you need, and it does all of that in just 15 seconds. Whether you're repairing your own credit or helping clients, this is how you save hours and get real results fast. This software is a complete game changer. Pull credit reports from multiple providers. Instantly detect every discrepancy across all three bureaus. Generate collection validation and dispute letters in just 15 seconds. If you're serious about fixing credit or growing your credit repair business, this tool takes you from stuck to scalable. So if you're ready to take the next step, let's talk. Let me know in the comments below if you have questions. If you want our help scaling your business, click Work with me to scale your business and book a time. We'll dig into your business and your biggest bottlenecks and help you create a strategy that solves your problems. There will be no pitching, only solutions to help you succeed faster and smarter. Click like and subscribe for more tips on credit repair business.